been spending time realizing that I've got the same weaknesses as humans, as other humans do, just seeming to manifest in not necessarily new ways, but in ways I didn't recognize were the same patterns as other people. So, being, I guess you could call it something similar to Stockholm Syndrome, getting caught in the same pattern of seeking codependent relationship, and unconsciously most of the time, I think, and mistaking fight or flight response for love, because what most people consider like normal love isn't a very passionate feeling for me. It's just sort of there, and so for the longest while I thought I've never actually fallen in love, because I thought that love was the feeling you get from the fight or flight response. And now I find myself trying to justify and rationalize an abusive relationship that I wished to continue. And the only reason that it stopped is because the abuser saw what was going on and, in a moment of clarity, decided to step away and let me heal. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to be strong enough to deal with it by the time they come back, because they always come back, let's be honest. In what world do you have that a person who is misbehaving doesn't return, right? Doesn't repeat the behavior. It's only a matter of time, I feel, at this point. And maybe that's a rationalization on my part. Well, I don't know. I think that the thing ends up being that people don't know what they want, and what they think they want isn't what they think it is, like, as per usual. So what do I want? I want what I think that situation could be, rather than trying to realize how bad the situation actually is. And that my mind has been telling me this the whole time, that this is a bad situation that I should run, and I've been trying to avoid that out of desire to be a good host and all that thing. It's like, what do you do if one of your closest family members is close with someone who triggers your fight or flight response, and they bring this person around once a week? I have about an hour to try and calm myself, and nothing else has seemed to really work over that hour, and as it turns out, it's because it's an adrenaline rush. This person is triggering a PTSD response. I'm only recently figuring this out, as stupid as that sounds, after I've known them for, well, technically years, literally months, and only in person a couple of days, because, well, I see each other every now and again, and in those times, they would always have a different opinion of what was going on than what everyone else around them had. And I think that this is an underlying problem in them, and I hate to say that there is ever a problem that I can't fix. I hate to admit that something is outside of my control, and this is a problem that is bigger than me, and I want to try and do everything in my power to try and fix it. And then I slowly start to realize, one, it's not my place, and it's not my problem, and two, I possibly could fix this, but it would be something that would be signing me up for a lifetime of misery. If I were to actually pursue this the way that my mind wants me to, I would be signing myself up for misery. And it's that whole devil you know is better than the one that you don't fallacy that's been stuck in my brain for a long time now of I want this old familiar pain because it's familiar, because it's something I can go back to say this is what is normal, this is what I think is the way that it should be, because I don't have the ability to say, hey, I can be happy without this pain, because I associate great suffering with great reward. And the longer you suffer, the more you end up getting rewarded in the end. Well, that's not always the case, especially not with people. Especially not with this person. Oh man, this person has been purposely doing diminishing results to try and ward me away because they don't think. Well, they don't think. This person needs to examine their life more than not at all, and I can't do that for them. And the closer I am to them, the more they are thinking that they might have to. So they want to push me away because they don't want to. And trying to actually... They're trying to surround themselves only with people that won't push their boundaries so that they don't have to look at themselves. And I hate to say it, I don't... Even in this moment, when this person is no longer in contact with me and is refusing to see my sister again because of some... who knows why. Nobody really understands this person. But, I still, unfortunately, have a lot of respect for this person, and I still wish to do right by them. Honestly, I don't think of them as a bad person, and I think eventually they will be a stable enough person that they can be the thing that they're trying to aim for, but right now they are nowhere near reliable enough for anyone. Not themselves, not for us. And it kills me to try and... because you can't force people to accept help. And this person doesn't want help. They don't recognize what they're going through as a problem. And they don't think there is an answer or a help to their problem. It's like a personality disorder. And I suppose that that's entirely possible as to being what it is. But I think it's more complicated than that. And that they do have to realize things on their own, but I feel like I'm trying to make myself be for them something that I shouldn't be. And I think that this whole realization of the rationalization is one of my big steps to not doing it anymore. I think I need to learn to care for myself more. It's really hard, really, really hard for me to do. I don't really know where to begin or how to do it, and I was never really taught, and I think that that's why I seek this pattern of behavior the way that I do, because this is based on my childhood. When I was young, my mother was verbally abusive, and years and years and years down the line after that, she flipped to being a normal person again after she gained another person who helped stabilize her. So I keep thinking to myself that that's the way that I should be. I should put up with it for years, and then after those years, things might work out. And then I realized that that was still outside of my control. So that whole idea is just wrong and not how it should be. And just like rewriting the morals that I wrote for myself when I was a child, and have been doing this for several months now, slowly but eventually. Like trying to rewrite the thoughts in my head and be grateful rather than resentful to myself.